Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DKWill, and this is DKWill Talk About It. And I know it's been going about a week. I get a video out here. I'm going to change direction a little bit. I think it's time to talk about AMP again, and not necessarily just AMP. I also want to encourage folks with this bloody red market that we're seeing in the crypto markets to not lose hope and faith, because that's really what they want to do. Shake the rug until they get you to completely let go of your holdings. And while you're letting go of your holdings and everything is getting pushed down in the red, you can guarantee that there's somebody out there buying. If somebody's selling, somebody's buying. And hopefully when I do this video here, it's going to help folks appreciate that this is the time to buy. This is the time to follow the money, the real money. So let's get into that a little bit, and hopefully these points come together and encourage everybody to hang in there, because as I've said before in prior videos, this is probably the biggest financial opportunity that we will ever see. If we missed the dot-com bubble and things of that nature, to put our monies in places to secure a better future for us and our families, this is it, folks, and it doesn't come easy. You got to have the intestinal fortitude to get through it. And so hopefully this will not only just apply to AMP, it will apply to the current direction of the financial markets on the globe and where money is going. If you've been with me for any length of time, and I'll apologize ahead of time for the dogs barking and the parrot over there talking his pirate talk, but when I talk, he has to talk. But you can recall I did videos in the past about AMP and how Amazon was considering AMP crypto as a legal payment on its website this year. And so there's been more developments that continue to encourage us in regards to AMP. And I also did a video in the past where it said that I'm still amped about AMP. And I'm showing you these thumbnails, so they encourage you to go back and look at them. Hopefully I'll put the cards in here too, so you can go look at these videos. And I want to encourage you because I think something big is about to happen soon. And I'll make my way to that as I continue progressing. And to continue the theme, I also did a video in the past on AMP where there was anticipation for a big announcement that was kind of revealed in I think it was a Grayscale Zoom meeting that they had, and Tyler spoke, the CEO spoke about an incoming announcement, and as we waited and dug for that announcement, it turned out to be the next piece of information I share with you here. And it turned out to be a pretty solid announcement, because AMP had announced that they are going to take digital payments from any app powered by the Flexa network. Now, that's all going to be relevant as we move along, but that's a big step forward. Keeping in mind that I started out with the possibility of Amazon maybe acquiring AMP. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm going to show hopefully the direction of things that should be encouraging for those who are still maintaining their belief system that AMP is a good, solid investment. So now let's keep that foundation in mind, as I again apologize for BOGIE the parrot. He's on a roll and I can't seem to get him to be quiet. And with other things going on in the house, this is the best I can do, folks, so bear with me. But we see here that Chipotle starts accepting crypto payments, including SHIB and Dogecoin. And this is a June 2, 2022 article, which is today, folks. But it goes on to say that the popular Mexican-style fast food restaurant chain Chipotle will now accept cryptocurrency payments through digital payments firm Flexa, which supports around 98 currencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's huge. Moving on. Cryptocurrency payments can be made at Chipotle using Flexa-enabled applications like Gemini and Speedin. According to Flexa's announcement, Every Chipotle restaurant in the United States now accepts crypto payments. And that's through Flexa, folks. The move sees Flexa join a long list of restaurants accepting cryptocurrency payments. Subway was the first, starting as early as 2013. Flexa noticeably balances, this is all timely, with the narratives of today. Notably balances its carbon emissions through the use of high-quality verified carbon offsets to maintain a completely carbon negative network. Thanks to the firm, GameStop started accepting crypto payments late last year. Then it describes a little bit of how it works, but Flexa guarantees cryptocurrency transactions go through for real-world applications by leveraging its AMP token to power instant and secure transactions. Very relevant. How relevant? Let's keep going. Well, for those of us who are more familiar with AMP as an investment as opposed to just another coin to purchase and try to sell, but actually looking at the fundamentals, we are aware that AMP provides assets with instant verifiable assurance for any real-world application. Sorry for the tongue twister there, folks. I can't repeat this. But it's an extensible platform for collateralizing asset transfers. That's how it works, folks. AMP Collateral as a service is tested, audited, and freely available for anyone to use. It's easy to build apps that lock and unlock AMP on demand to secure transfers, enable lending, and make value move quickly. But why is that important? Well, if you look a little further, notice this. JPMorgan pilots collateral settlement using blockchain. Collateral as a service. JPMorgan, who's not in the cryptocurrency industry, although they are trying to make a stable coin. But it says here they did their first transaction by the blockchain, participated as a company. The banking giant transferred an amount of tokenized money market fund shares as collateral, involving assets from the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock. Even though the latter was not directly involved in the transaction, the asset management company has been interested in blockchain technology and its implementation in financial assets for a while now. Yes, and they were talking their books in the meantime, telling everybody how terrible cryptocurrency and how scary it is, and they're still trying to scare you from this, folks. But if you put the puzzle together, you can see that they are doing what they want to do, shake you off of the rug so that they can own the whole rug and then tell you when you can walk on it. It says here the collateral ecosystem is becoming ever more complicated. Physically settling assets in order to meet collateral obligations using aging infrastructure has become intensive from a financial and human capital perspective. We can now offer participants the option to transfer money market fund units as collateral in tokenized form, increasing the liquidity of this asset class. This is a big moment for the collateral industry as it demonstrates that the technology works with an asset class that has been hard to transfer historically. Now, I teamed up with a company called Onyx, but the point is I'm showing you where the direction of money is going, and AMP is kind of heads and shoulders above everyone else, up to and including carbon negative. Let's keep going. So how about this article? Andreesen Horowitz launches $4.5 billion fund to grab crypto winter bargains. Folks, I've said it in videos before, it's the basics. You buy low and you sell high. So if somebody is doing all this selling, there's got to be somebody also buying. And when you look at a $4.5 billion grab, I wonder how much of that grab you can get at 1 to 2 cents per coin. The VC firm Andreesen Horowitz has announced its new $4.5 billion fund to take advantage of the downturn in the crypto markets. Follow the money. people. But what are they so excited about? Well, it says the fund will be split in 2 tranches, 1.5 billion for seed investments and 3 billion earmarked for venture investments. Venture investments. Venture investments, folks. It says we are excited about developments in Web3 games, DeFi, decentralized social media, self-sovereign identity, layer 1 and layer 2 infrastructure, bridges, DAOs and governance, NFT communities, privacy, BOGIE. Gosh, I'm sorry, folks. Creator monetization, regenerative finance, new applications for ZK proofs, decentralized content and story creations, and many other areas. What is the real point I'm making here? The articles, the links will be in the description, folks, is that $4.5 billion fund to grab Winco bargains. Do you think AMP is a bargain right now? At about a penny? I certainly do. And they are not alone. Because we see here on this article from CoinMarketCap, Ripple and FTX are on the lookout for acquisitions to bolster growth. Isn't Ripple in the payment platform industry? Transfer of value? Absolutely yes. I'm not saying that Ripple's going to buy AMP. I don't know who's going to buy AMP or partner with AMP or acquire AMP or merge with AMP. But I am absolutely convinced that it is a big, dirty little secret, and somebody is, because it has all the wonderful earmarks of a great acquisition. Let's not forget that you can pay with any application. Let's not forget that it is spreading its fibers and its web of influence and use all over the nation and also all over the world. Let's not forget that countries such as Amazon have already considered them as a viable option in handling their business. I did say Amazon, everybody. We've already seen that Chipotle has already got on board. We've seen that JPMorgan is somehow interested very much in the collateral settlement, which is exactly what AMP does, collateral as a service. But let's not forget that Andreesen Horowitz is putting $4.5 billion in to grab the bargains. A penny is a bargain, baby. And I'm going to tell you what, full disclosure, I've upped my holdings in AMP during this drop. And I'm not really in the greatest position to do so, but that's how much I believe in this project, folks. And so as we move forward here, we see companies like FTX are looking to acquire. And if we were to look any further onto this article here and actually follow the link, we can see here that, let me find it here. It says here, Garlinghouse says, I think there will be an uptick in mergers and acquisitions in the blockchain and crypto space. I absolutely do, folks. We haven't seen that yet. But I think that's likely in the future, and I certainly think that as that unfolds, we would consider things like that. Well, what would they consider? Merging or acquiring? No, we're talking about Ripple here, folks. The people who joined the World Economic Forum in Davos. Garlinghouse said that Ripple has a solid balance sheet, did not feel the need to acquire any firms for further growth. However, he acknowledged the market is going in the direction of more mergers and acquisitions, and said Ripple is already at a place where it is more likely to be a buyer than a seller. Folks, that's all I got for you today. I really want to encourage everyone to consider looking for good, solid projects out there, and I think AMP is most certainly one of them. And if you look at AMP's performance, folks, over the last year or so. Let me find it here. Where is it at? Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. I don't know where it's at. Okay, I can't find it here. It must have been somewhere else, probably on my Coinbase account. But AMP is underperforming compared to the market, folks, despite its pretty impressive growth and expansion. So is DKWill still behind AMP? You better believe it. And I mean, I'm not going to share exactly how much AMP I've had, but I will say it's more than double where I started when I started telling you folks about it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm DKWill. And this is DKWill Talk About It. Well, folks, I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.